And then, go ahead and bend your right knee. Okay. And very gently push your foot into the ground just enough to roll your hips to the left. So you're off-weighting the right side of your pelvis and rolling to the left. Now there's two ways to do it. One way is you keep your knee up towards the ceiling, and the other way is you roll your knee. So I want you first to do it keeping your knee up towards the ceiling so the knee doesn't move. Okay, great. Now, okay, so stop that. And now go ahead and cross your arms and have the right one on top. Okay. So now I want you to think about turning your upper body to the right and reaching, sliding your right arm longer along to, like, as if there's something out to the side, and you're reaching your right arm out to touch it. So you're very gently reaching, like you're rolling to the left side, reaching your right arm long to the side, and then rolling back to the start. So doing that several times. Yeah. And most of you guys have figured out you could use your right foot to help you with this rolling motion. So is it better to have your knee pointed towards the ceiling as you're doing this? Try it both ways. Having your knee stable, pointing towards the ceiling, and then allowing your knee to move. So I'm going to come around and provide we call it a constraint. Let's get this blanket out of the way. Okay. So constraint, the knee doesn't move. So go ahead and try it without the knee. Yeah. And then you can allow the knee to move. Two different motions. Okay, just take a break, let your arm go long. Just even that itty bitty tiny motion may have allowed your right shoulder to drop a little bit further into its ground. Okay, go ahead and cross your arms, right arm over the left, bear hug. So now we're going to do something called differentiating the motion. So this time we're not going to worry about the lower body. Your right knee could be bent, but we're not going to move the lower body. And what I want you to do is with the upper arm, go ahead and do the same motion with the upper arm, rolling it towards the left. But this time I want you to look to the right as you do this. So your right arm is lengthening to the left as you look to the right. Equal and opposite timing. What is that woman asking me to do now? Good, beautiful, beautiful.
Can you say it?
Yes, so as your right arm lengthens to the left, you turn your head to the right. So you're basically looking in the opposite direction of your hand. And then they come back to the center.
Are we supposed to be reaching out or just still holding?
That's a great question. It doesn't really matter, it's true. I thought that same question. Sometimes this lesson's taught with the reaching, sometimes not. So the important thing is that the head and the arm or the rolling are in the opposite direction. Come back to the center with both. Come back to the center with the nose and the arms. And then start at the same time. So the head looks to the opposite direction that your body's turning. And then they come back to the center.
I'm sorry, are we doing the opposite arm now? Or
Nope, same side. We're only doing the same side.
So I guess
Okay, when everybody stop, take a break. I'm going to explain it again. Okay, so we're giving ourselves a bear hug. The right arm is on top. We're turning our shoulders to the left, and if you want, you could reach your right arm out to the left. The same time as you initiate this motion, you turn to the right. So you turn your head and your nose in the opposite direction that the arm is reaching, the opposite direction that you're turning your arms. So equal and opposite timing. Don't go very far, just a little bit. The most important thing is that the timing is synchronous. Yes, very good. Relax your arm. This is too much work. So if you want to lengthen your arm, you could just slide it. Okay, actually do it without lengthening. So then turn your head opposite. Once you get it, it's super easy. Head opposite and then back to the center. So rolling to the left, the head goes to the right. And back to the center. Shoulders to the left, head to the right. Do that about 3 more times. Good. That looks beautiful. Do a little bit less work in your arm here. Yes. One more time. Beautiful. And take a rest. Just let your arms go long. And check it out. Turn your head once to the right, once to the left. Is there a difference? Isn't that cool? The fastest way to increase neck rotation. Okay, so stop in the middle. We're going to do a few more differentiation series like what we're doing. So differentiation breaks up your coordination patterns. It trips you up when you first hear it, and when you get tripped up, just like start over. Okay, put your arms back in the same position. We're going to do the same motion. So once again, you're rolling your shoulders to the left, your nose turning to the right, and back to the center. Arms to the left, nose to the right, back to the center. One more time. Back to the center, and this time let's turn everything to the left. So nose and arms together to the left, and back to the center. A few more times. Arms with the head, and back to the center. Again. Keep doing it a few more times, and this time you could go ahead and push your right foot into the ground to help the rotation go just a little bit further. See how easy you can make the turning to the right. Good. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One more time and take a break. Okay, cross the right arm over the left. Once again, hug yourself. I want you to think through the motion that I'm about to say before you do it. So what I'm going to ask you to do is roll your arms to the left, and you're going to turn your head to the right. Let's do that a few times, actually. So roll your arms to the left, head to the right, and back to the center. Again. Okay, now the next time you do it, I want you to take your eyes to the left, but your head to the right. I know you're going to get tripped up on that one. Don't even get frustrated. Okay, arms to the left, nose to the right, but eyes to the left. So in other words, arms and eyes are together. Arms and eyes go to the left as the nose turns to the right. Okay. You get tripped up, start over. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time for this one, okay? So arms and eyes to the left, head to the right, and back to the center. If you're not doing the timing correctly, then start over. I know I'm like a drill sergeant right now. Some of you might find it easier with your eyes shut. It is probably easier with your eyes shut, but it's okay if you want to do it with your eyes open. Back and forth, and once you get it, it gets really easy, and then it's like something frees up in your body. Make sure you're breathing. When we learn a new motor pattern, we tend to halt our breath.
My left shoulder blade's hurting. I feel like I keep going on my shoulder blade, but I keep going to the left. It's like it's hurting now.
Okay, just take a rest for you. Okay, and now roll everything to the left. So roll your head, your eyes, and your shoulder to the left. So everything rolls to the left, and see if it's a little bit easier to roll to the left. And as you do this, you can engage your right foot, so feel free to push your foot into the ground and see if that will help you turn and look to the left even more. When I say look, it's okay if your eyes are shut. So look with either your eyes shut or open. Doesn't matter. So see how easy it is now to roll to the left. One more time. Okay, let that go, let your legs go long. We're going to do the opposite side, especially for you. I was going to do it, but I'll do it earlier. Okay, and one time check your head rotation. Okay, you know, also notice which hip is lower. Does one hip feel lower than the other one?
Are we supposed to be having our knee up or down?
No, just relax. When I say rest, it's a good question, but when I do the longer rests, let's say it's good to have the whole body long. The shorter rest doesn't matter. Okay, bend your left knee and stand your left foot and find a comfortable distance from your hips where it's not too close to your midline. We want it about hips width distance apart. If you're a guy, maybe a little bit wider, like shoulders distance apart. Okay, and then very gently push through that left foot off way the left side of your hips and roll to the right. Do that a few times. Make it rhythmic. There you go, good. And let's do it without moving our knee. So the knee stays pointed towards the ceiling. So go ahead and roll that way, there. Maybe coordinate it with your breathing. One last time, and take a rest. Okay, take a rest. So this is a shorter rest, so it's okay to leave your knee up. So this time, let's cross your left arm on top, give yourself a nice bear hug. And I want you to think about rolling your shoulders to the right, your shoulders in your head. And if you want, you can just gently reach your left arm along the floor, like slide it along the floor to the right, like you're reaching for something. Yeah, so do that a few times. Just think about like you're a baby, okay? How would a baby want to do this motion? Right, exactly. And it's fine if you want to use your leg to help you with this motion. Nice, lazy rolling. There you go, good. All figured out efficient movement. One more time, take a rest. No, short rest, so keep the knee up. Keep this same position, just come back to the middle. And now, you're gonna do head rolling in the opposite direction of the arm. So let's forget about the leg. So let's forget about the lower body. All I want you to think about is your arms rotating to the right and your nose and your head rolling to the left. Okay, so do that a few times. Equal and opposite timing. Don't force it. Go slow. Yeah, there you go. Good. 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 Now take everything together to the same side, the right. So take your head and your nose with your arms to the right and back to the center. Beautiful, beautiful. Are your jaws relaxed as you're doing this? Okay, let everything go. Let your legs go long, let your arms go long. So you notice when I tell you to do the motion where it's like eyes and shoulder one way and the head opposite way, you guys went, ugh, like it's, I felt it. I just felt the energy vibration in the room go, drop. That's such a familiar feeling. Well, it's good that we noticed that so that we could learn alternative ways to use our muscles when we are maybe in our state of fear or the unknown, let's say the unknown terrain. Because in a moment, I'm going to ask you to go back there on this side. So just look at how your body reacts and see if you could change the perspective to like open-mindedness and okay. Like, you know how a child, like when they first learn to move, they have this complete curiosity and exploration? That's what I want, that's what I wish upon you. So go ahead and bend that left knee, cross your left arm over your right, and now you're gonna think about it. I want you to think about it first, rolling your arms to the left with your eyes as your nose goes to the, wait, did I say left? Yeah, I meant right. So arms and Eyes to the right, head to the left. Back to the center. Arms and eyes to the right, head to the left.
Oh, man.
Back to the center. I know, that was a good attitude.
Wait a minute. I can't do it. Arms and eyes.
Right, and head to the left. Might take some time, that's okay. It's like the first time you started to ride a bike, I bet you never thought you'd be able to ride one of those big old, when you start to learn tricycle, you never thought you'd be able to ride a two-wheeler. No way. And then go ahead and move everything in the same direction to the right. And then back to the center. Roll everything, head and arms to the right, and back to the center. And allow the knee and the foot to help you so the knee stays stationary. You push through that foot. Allow it to roll your upper body even further. Okay. Take a break. Let your arms and legs go long. You're all learning so fast. This is why they say Feldenkrais is at the forefront of neuroplasticity, because our nervous systems are very plastic and adaptable. Meaning through just a short series of instructions, we can restructure how our body moves and thinks. Go ahead and bend both your knees, stand both your feet. Cross your right arm on top. And I want you to roll your arms and your head to the left, pushing to the opposite foot, and then to the right. Go ahead and roll it back and forth. You can allow your feet to help you, back and forth, giving yourself a little back massage. Yes, very good. Good. And stop, let your arms go long. You might notice more parts of your back are starting to make contact with the ground. Even your shoulder, like the upper part of your shoulder, might be closer towards the ground. So when you finish today's workshop, you might be standing more upright, with your shoulders more back, standing a little taller. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to take your right arm and put it behind your back, as if you had a pocket in your, like let's say you had a left hand pocket. So I want you to put your arm underneath you so that it's all the way at your left hand pocket and your palm is down. If that's really painful, we can make adaptations, like taking your arm out more, but ideally that's where we want it for right now.
So we're kind of sitting on our hand with the small one
Yes.
back.
If it's painful, I'd say take it a little higher to more the lumbar region, you know, where there's more gap on the floor. Find a spot that you're okay keeping it there for a few minutes.
Is it palm up or palm down?
Palm down towards the floor.
It's not making too plumb up.
Yeah. Okay. And for this one, you could bend both knees, stand your feet. And actually, let's just have you bend your right foot and straighten your left foot, okay? So I'd like you to push through your right foot just a few times, and you're gonna roll it across your forearm. Now, if you're someone with like carpal tunnel or a tight extensor wad, like the back of your arm is tight, this is a really good way to actually stretch out these muscles. But if it's really painful, take it easy. Okay, stop that motion. Find a comfortable spot to position, just leave your arm here. And now we're gonna think about your right shoulder, okay? So what I want you to think about is very gently raising the right shoulder up towards your ear, but like only a millimeter or a centimeter. Just raise it very slowly up towards your ear, and then let it go. Imagine that there's a little, what do I want to say, a little bug on your shoulder, your right shoulder. And you're bringing it up towards your ear and then back down. Do that several times. And as you're doing this, you can also think about your perception of how your shoulder blade is moving against the floor. This is going to really clarify for your brain the shape of your shoulder blade. Okay, stop. Now I want you to very gently take your shoulder, move it in the downward direction, down towards your feet. So take it just like a centimeter down towards your feet. Just small enough that you don't need to hold your breath or anything. So it's just your right arm that's underneath you, not your left.
It kind of feels like my shoulder blade is poking down directly into the mat. Is that what I'm supposed to be feeling here?
Is it uncomfortable?
Yeah. It feels like it's poking straight. Like it's disconnected, it's doing something different.
That's fine, actually. If it's pointed, it might be it's flared a little bit off your thorax. You know what I mean? And this is actually great for clarifying the movement of it and everything around it. Okay, so now go up slightly towards your shoulder and down slightly. So let's move it in the up and down direction. Up and down. Now, I'm going to have you rest in about 30 seconds, but if it's, of course, uncomfortable, then you can rest now. Up
and
towards
down,
your ear.
up towards the ear.
Down to the feet. Now, one thing you really want to think about here is if it's jerky, make it smooth. If it's jerky, it means that's the less clarified it is, like the more tension that's held in that area. So do it one more time up, one more time down, and then go ahead and take your arm out, roll to the side, take your arm out, and then rest to the side. And as you're resting here, it's okay if you have your legs long or bent, it doesn't matter. Notice if your shoulder and your shoulder blade feels lower towards the ground or more distance from your ear on that side. Notice the music's taking you into a trance, healing trance. It's healing brainwave music. We're gonna go into that same position, so bend your right knee, stand your right foot, roll to the left and put that right arm back towards your back pocket. Palm is downwards. Same arm. So now we're gonna think about making a square. I'm gonna walk you through it. Everything very small motion. I'm gonna tell you the motion first, and then I want you to think about it, and after you think about it once or twice, then you can do it. So the motion is your shoulder is going to come about 1 inch towards your ear and release. Forward towards the ceiling and release. Down towards your foot and release. And then back towards the ground. 4 directions. So you can do it now with me. Up towards the ear, release. Up towards the ceiling, release. Down towards your foot, release, back to the floor, release. Ear, ceiling, foot, floor. One more time. Make it small, go small. And then go the opposite direction. So I'm going to do it, we'll do it together. So let's go towards the ceiling, towards your ear. Go smaller. Everybody do half of what you're doing. Everybody I'm looking at so far, half of what you're doing. Do it so I can barely tell you're moving.
And this is in order with your
Yeah. Okay. So towards the ear, towards the floor, towards your foot, towards the ceiling. One more time, ear, floor, foot, smaller, smaller, and just make a full circle. Just make it a complete circle. Make it once in each direction. Smooth, coordinated circle. Iron out the jerkiness. And then release. Release that arm out to the side, and you could lay with your legs long or bent. It's up to you. Feel what's the difference. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is the last sequence of movements for the day. So go ahead and bend your left knee. Stand your left foot. And go ahead and rotate onto the right side just enough to stick that left hand palm down towards the right pocket. And find a comfortable place to leave that left arm towards the forearm towards the ground. And then let's start by very gently taking the left shoulder up towards the ear and back to the start. Towards the ear. Now that, no jerkies. That was a little bit too much here. Go slow. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Yes. 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 A little less. And I'm looking at smooth, coordinated. Yes. Is it not comfortable for you to have this arm under your body? Yeah. I'm gonna start with giving people a little neck massage as they're doing this, since there's so many of you and I want to get to everybody. Okay, now go up and down, 1 centimeter up, 1 centimeter down. Small up and small down. It's okay, you can't fix it. Oh, perfect. Take your arm out, take a rest. Go ahead back to the same position, left arm underneath you. Now I want you to think through the motion twice before you actually do it. Just thinking about it is enough to provide some motor retraining. So I'm going to say it first before you do it. So we're going to start with that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Release. Floor. Release. I'm sorry, let's say foot. Release. Floor. Release. Ear, release. Okay, this time you guys can do it with ceiling, release, foot, release, floor, release. Keep going like that, at your own pace, taking a break whenever you need to. And now go ahead and make it into a circle, a full circle. Very slow. Make it smooth, smoother. Pause in this position. Unless it's painful, if it's painful, take your arm out. Now I want you to think about doing the same thing in the opposite direction. then when you're ready, go ahead and do it at your own pace. Remembering to rest anytime. Circle. Go one more time. And take a rest. Take your arm out. And the last motion of the day that we're going to do is go ahead and bend both knees, stand your feet, and without your arms this time, just go ahead and push through one foot and roll your hips to the opposite side. So roll back and forth. You're rolling your hips, rolling your hips to the right and then to the left, and feel how your feet are connected through your knees, through your hips, to the opposite shoulder blade. So see if you can really feel that engagement with your shoulder blade. Now, a lot of you were wondering, where's my shoulder blade at the very beginning of this class? But now, after all we've done, it should be more clarified for you. And pretend like you're reaching to the opposite direction. Like if you're pushing through your right foot, pretend like your right arm was reaching to the left. Go ahead and try that once, just one time. Reach to the opposite side. And see how easy that is now. Wait, what are we doing? Okay, so you're reaching, I'm sorry. You're pushing through your right foot and your right arm is reaching to the left. So opposite way. Yes. So you push through your right foot, you roll to the left, and you reach to the left. So whichever way you're rolling towards with your hips, you reach to that side.
Okay.
So reach the opposite way.
Reach.
So, opposite, no. Opposite way.
Opposite.
So yeah, now reach towards me.
Reach.
There you go. There you go. And then push through the left foot and reach to the right. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, do that just a few times. See how easy it is to reach and roll now, right?
That's no problem.
Do it one more time to each side. And then you can take a break. Take a Shavasana. Full Shavasana. Most of you may not be aware of how much lower your shoulders are from your ears than they were from the start. That's why at the end, we'll have your partner observe you and see if they notice any differences. Sometimes it's easier for people to see things about us than it is for ourselves. Think about the one nugget you got from today. One nugget you're taking home with you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And you can go ahead and bend your knees. Windshield wiper your knees a few times. And remember, when you get up, well, first roll to the side. When you get up, it's your pelvis and arms doing the work, and your head comes up last. So I want you to come up at your own time, taking your time. And I'm going to have you walk. Go ahead and stand up. You just walk back and forth. Find your partner, your original partner. And I want you to take turns. And one of you at a time, go ahead and walk to the mirror and back. And you're going to look for differences.
Didn't even see the shoulder, it looks locked out.
Thinking that.
It looks locked out, really.
That's why this is the other way.
So the person who's walking, think to yourself, how does it feel different now? Am I feeling lighter? Check your balance out, stand on one foot and then the other.
My left hand. So as he was sitting on the right side.
A little more engaged in the walk. And that's, I go to the spare part. That's something I feel good. Swing my arms while I walk.
You know? So I really, so this shoulder kind of perpetually, and that was the shoulder, that was the shoulder.
It's just more fluid. It's a little easier.
Interesting.